I had it leaned up against my computer.
No, no worries. Yeah, so what's up? What do you need guidance with?
Just as I'm navigating, like I don't quite know where to go next. I know something's coming up and I know where I am right now isn't, I feel like I'm trying to make myself purposely fit. Um, like in the place where I'm living right now, like in the town itself. And yeah, I came here under different circumstances, and those circumstances have quite changed. So I've been through a bit of an upheaval for like the last 4 months of chaoticness and healing and looking at my own stuff. And now I'm looking at like where, like, what if I went somewhere where I could actually.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me with this. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. All right, Spirit, what is up with you, man? All right, technical people, I need help.
Reverse again. Weird.
So funny. Okay, knock it off.
Maybe I should go light my candle. Come on, Grandma.
I always have a candle right here.
I've got one over on my altar. It's not lit yet, but anyway.
So you mentioned like trying to fit in, and so because you're now in a different place, right? So then we want you to go ahead and ask the question, like, is there a place you're thinking of, or because you're kind of like like where you are right now looks like you've pulled all the energy out of it. It's almost like dehydrated, like it's
Yeah.
almost land around you is dehydrated
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, and even including myself, like getting sick and my skin is dry and I'm breaking out with like dry patches on my skin and putting castor oil on in like 15 minutes. It's like I'm just dry. Like I feel dried out. That's a good point. So that's the thing, like I can't almost see it. Like it feels like fog or molasses and I can't see or feel where I'm to go next. Like I keep thinking of different places, but I'm like, is it based on what I've already experienced? And I feel like I need to go somewhere where I haven't been yet, not based on where I know myself as, like when I'm out west, I know myself to be this person
Right.
and yeah, so.
What about, so do you have specific questions about places? Like, because it's more tropical, wherever it is.
Yeah, Mexico is where I'm looking at again, like in a place that I haven't been yet. Like I've been to Mexico and fell in love with it. So there's another area that might be potential that I keep getting, like my friend keeps wanting me to come, and
Where is that?
she's Tulum.
It could be outside of Tulum.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what's going on here for you, Tulum is Tulum, right? And
Yeah, never been. Yeah.
floated and is like this, spiritual, or was, or whatever's going on. But for you, you kind of, it's like you need to go outside of, like, not right in the proper of it, but outside of it. Looks like if I'm in Tulum and I'm looking and I'm facing the ocean, Tulum proper, wherever that is, it would be to my left, to your left, outside of Tulum
Like
proper.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much of Mexico, but I know the heat and something warm, and
Well,
I mean there's Nicaragua too. Yeah.
Nicaragua?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Mexico seems, what's coming through is you want to go investigate that and go see how you feel there. But you definitely, like, it's like your energy, like your energy, the hydration. I know it sounds crazy, but this is a medicine, right? but your energy field is like dehydrated, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it is from like you're not supposed to find the cracks that led you to where you are. It's like if you imagine the ground having cracks in the
Right.
because everything's dry, dehydrated, like you've literally
Yeah.
mined everything out of where you are now, and
Yeah.
you want to follow a crack in the dirt
Yeah.
back to
Okay.
any place where you've already been.
So
So
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, so you want to go where there's lots of moisture. Like you could even be like further like in a jungle. I mean, maybe that's Nicaragua, but there's you need your energy and the transition that you're going through and sort of
Mm-hmm.
what you come out into is more I lose words in this hydrated.
Hydrated. Yeah,
Like,
I like that. That really
yeah,
resonates, like the hydration. Um, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
but you totally like I've tapped wherever you are right now. Are you
Yeah.
where are you?
I'm
Canada?
in, yeah, I'm in Lunenburg in Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Mm.
And the ocean's right across the road from me, like the little bay and the inlet.
And
So I'm grateful to see that water, like, but
the
yeah.
air need literal like if like the junk like the mist
Yeah.
or something. That's I can't
Yeah.
word, but it's like that will literally hydrate
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
being there.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I get stuck in the house sometimes, like how to get there, just because I'm not working right now either. So um, it's a lot of trust that I have to have.
Well,
Oh,
faith, oh faith,
faith.
you know,
Yeah.
everything I've ever done or gotten, especially, you know, in the last 12 years or whatever, is it's not really trust, it's sort of the faith that, you know, the next step you want to take is go investigate, go visit or
Yeah.
whatever you need to do because opportunities will show up there
Yeah.
for you to make your way to the place, and especially if it's the right place.
Yeah.
So that's part of your journey.
Yeah.
It's part of fun if you could turn it into fun, like you're, but these the limitations that you know that we all do this,
Mhm.
right? But like limitations that you just keep inviting into your dry dehydrated space, like there's no movement, energetic movement, like
Right.
in the way that you're thinking too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're young and like you can go live wherever you want to live, like go sell coffee if you
Yeah.
need to for a while, like
Yeah.
because everything will unfold.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem doing that here. It's just here there's been a dead end for work and jobs. So I'm trying to be creative in like selling my knits and selling my stuff and doing some markets and getting creative in the aspect of how can I create money, you know? And it doesn't have to be this or like yeah, it doesn't have to be this stuckness of a way of like I don't know. I fear sometimes I'm gonna get stuck here and yeah, if I'm being
Well,
honest.
but
You know.
who's gonna make you be stuck? You.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you're like, like you're the
I'm not.
one. You have the option. So like, if you're not creating finances there, which you won't, because remember, like they're telling you in no uncertain terms, there is the energy is dry. It is
Yeah,
dried up. You
time
have
to go.
time to go. So if you want to keep
Yeah,
digging for water in the desert to try find a cup of water to sell to someone else who's just as thirsty, and that's what you're going to spend your time and energy on while you complain about how bad it sucks there and you can't
yeah,
cultivate abundance because the universe again, like it'll just keep turning up the dial. Your
yeah,
guides will turn up the dial to get you to go to the next thing.
yeah, yeah,
It's courage. It's faith. It's like you have the like the world is your oyster.
yeah,
So got nobody to, to blame.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I was telling this story to. I think it was my friend Jeremiah who's on here. When I was a top producing realtor for 19 years,
Mm.
and I don't know if you've heard it, whatever, that's, a million. But I came to a place, I was buying and flipping properties. I love designing. But I wasn't getting listings, and I wasn't like getting I wasn't like having my own buyers and my own listings like I had in the Bay Area. But I kept on digging for the water in the desert.
Yeah.
As I've said, like my nose to the wall, trying to keep pushing at the
Yeah.
same thing that I had already been successful at, and I couldn't understand it, but I kept using my energy towards it.
Right.
Finally, Spirit was like, "You're done. Hang up your license." And I was like, "What?" Like, there's a lot that goes into having a real estate license, and
Yeah.
all the upkeep and all the things you're doing, like whatever, it's just transferred to whatever
Yeah.
you're doing and how you do it
All
is.
the energy going into it and trying and figuring it out. And I'm like, if I just work on myself more, this is going to work. Like,
It's not.
right.
It's time to move, and a lot of people are going through this right
Yeah.
now. So this, again, a high service to everyone who's listening now and who's going to be listening.
Mm-hmm.
That take a look at, like, it isn't just about grinding and
Yeah.
finding the right to
Yeah.
make your end. It's
You
like
didn't try hard enough or something like that. Like, that's just outrageous. It's like, no.
but
Okay.
you have this is really exciting.
Yeah. I'm
It's really,
feeling it now more than before because, yeah, I'm feeling a bit of that momentum and the turning happening. And I'm like,
you
I
can,
can. Like,
you can, and you will. You just
yeah.
absolutely, because you're sovereign, right? You have the choice. You could stay there in the place that is not what you need, and nothing. You would just
Yeah.
have to work harder, and then you would not experience the thing that your soul wants you to experience and has already planned.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a
There,
much
yeah.
they want you to hear, like, there's a much easier life waiting for you.
Okay. I just got shivers. Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
go, but it can't. You have to go be available to it. That's
Yeah.
our greatest thing right now, and
Mhm.
don't care what anyone think, like
Yeah.
whatever. Literally, like, work in a surf shack or for now, or while you
Yeah.
get bearings. You don't need to
Yeah.
have all your ducks in a row, which sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what they're telling you, is like, get yourself to the place and let all the magic happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. And I feel like I'm in this place where I want to, like, I'm looking around at my place going, I have so much stuff, but because I'm an artist too, and I'm a textile artist, but I'm like, I get excited at letting it go. Like, I'm like, how fun is this going to be to, like, here you go, here you go. Oh, this is what I can do. And sometimes ideas come in so fast, and I'm like, wait, slow down, slow down. But it's just stuff. That's all. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like,
Well,
it's just
I mean, you could put
some
storage.
of it means stuff, but I can carry that with me. Like, and
Yeah.
I can get rid of the rest of the art stuff. Like, I can create with whatever I find, and that's the gift that I know I have. Like, I can look at something that I already have and make something from it. I don't need to go purchase and buy it, and so
I mean,
I know.
or
Yeah.
put it in storage and know that it's there and it's safe, and maybe don't make decisions about what you sell right now unless you're
Mhm.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need that. But it's not about, they just want you to hear, lastly, like, it's not about any sort of not moving into, like, lack and limitation. So it's not about, like, selling things that you really like, or it's not
Okay.
about, oh, I'll just buy, there's nothing. They don't want you to make this hard on yourself. It's not meant to be
Okay.
hard. It's meant remember it's going to change your life, and so you're going to stop behaving, you know, all these
Yeah.
limitations that you continually set up for yourself.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, find a good book and go have a visit.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on.
Yeah.
Yay,
Bye.
good to
Figure out how to leave now.
I know, I don't know how to do that either.
Um, maybe I'll just jump off and come back on. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jeremiah, where are you? Does anyone, hey, Kat, does anyone else want to come on? Because I'm not going to answer questions from the chat. I'm only going to answer questions if you jump on with me. Sorry. Thank you for everyone's comment. Jeremiah, are you on here? No. All right. Well, that was fun. If no one else has a question, I guess I'll jump off. Oh, you want to jump on? But so there's a Westfall 7544. There's a button there. It says request to join live. I'll do one more if someone wants to jump on. Let's see. There, I just sent. Look at that. I know. I just sent you an invitation. Yes, I did it.
Hi.
I did it.
I've been wanting to talk to you forever.
Yeah, cool. Cool. Good.
So
You.
my question to Spirit, which is all the time, I'm basically along the same lines as the previous person. I'm in Texas. I've been here for 8 years. I got divorced, moved here, got divorced. I have 2 big dogs. I just lost, and I lost one dog, and I can't talk about it. And the other one's probably not going to make it long. Sorry.
No,
Um,
there's no apology needed.
my family's in California, and I just feel like I don't belong here. But I stayed here so I could keep my dogs because my ex didn't want them. And I was going to move back to California 8 years ago when I could afford it, but I couldn't take my dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm not leaving my dogs. I would live in my car with my dogs.
Good for you.
I can't afford to live there, but I don't feel like I belong here. I have great friends. I have great friends. I've made so many met wonderful people. I have a group of wonderful friends. But I feel I just don't belong here. And I want to downsize, but I don't want to live here and downsize.
So vibrationally, form a question and put it into the space so that you can get.
Okay. Okay.
Because
let me just give you a little backstory to this quick one. I have a friend that's a dear friend from high school that I've just hooked up with again after 20 years. He lives in Puerto Escondido. He makes surfboards, goes back and forth.
But I don't need a backstory.
Okay, so anyway, he wanted me to come down there and explore that area. The reason why I'm having difficulty with that is because I have serious back and neck problems and I need to be by a pain doctor. But I also need to be living by the beach. And I feel dry. I can't be in the desert. I need the beach air, not the humid Texas air.
Well, you need beach air and you need less narcotics.
I don't take narcotics.
What's looking like pain, like interrupting pain? What are you taking to interrupt you need a pain doctor.
Oh, I have procedures done. I have like nerve ablations,
Okay, so
and
that's the interruption.
steroid injections.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's like that constant interruption of your pain process, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so do you know that Mexico is one of the best places for that? Like they have tons of clinics like that
Really?
in Mexico. Mm-hmm.
Even down by Puerto Escondido, which is like the, oh, I'm gonna go the end of this year and visit, and maybe before then.
Yeah, so this is similar I mean, it's different and similar, right? In that this is collectively sort of a thing that's going on with not every, one, but a pretty big population of this needing to to go plug in somewhere else. It's like, being the light bulb on a string, is to go like you're waiting. I love that analogy. I don't know if Christmas tree lights go off anymore if one thing is on, how they used to.
Yeah.
So like, so there are, what's coming through is like there are a group of people, whoever, that if you're feeling this way, it's because you're needed, your energy and your everything is needing to go to a different strand, a different
I got it.
somewhere else on the grid,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that only your vibration, only your everything that you are, it can fit in that place.
Mm-hmm.
And it will energize the entire grid. This is interesting.
That's so cool.
So yeah, that's cool because I'm listening to it too, right? So I haven't some of course awareness, but like that it's coming in this session is cool. So everyone who's feeling this way, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter, but try to have some openness around what it is that you would be doing, participating in, because when we go plug into the grid in a different way, our whole everything is going to change for us too. And what they're saying is like, so you're not gonna, so we're, live in the safety or the container, like I get what you're saying about your dogs. Like I would never anymore go anywhere without my dog. But you can take them, but but you're plugging into something different, right? So no wonder they said about the pain management stuff, because you probably find that when you become less rigid, so will your back.
Mm-hmm. And mentally, well, it's like I've been waiting. I don't mean this the way it sounds, but I've been waiting for my dogs to pass on, which is awful. I don't want to ever lose them, just so I can move on.
But your dogs just said they're not going to do that until they know you've gotten to where you're supposed to be.
No, and my other sweet angel is 15. She's not.
But did you hear what they just said?
Mm-hmm. That's so sweet.
Well, but they need to make sure that you arrive where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. They're the best.
Yeah, well, animals are
the best.
Phenomenal, and they know what your soul's plan is. And I think that's, talking to my other friend Jesse's, like those beings, all sentient beings, fully understand and can see in our energy, our space, where everything
so obvious.
Yeah, well, they can see your pain, they know how you can heal, but they also know the soul's intention, and they're guiding you through that. Mm-hmm. So they're like old wizards,
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They've been through everything with me, and they're the best. But so is spirit, does Mexico sounding like a good place? I'm retired, and what I do here is I'm way into helping the homeless and soup kitchens and all of that.
That's great. Thank you for doing that.
Um,
Yeah. So
well, I get
there's
so much pleasure out of it more than, you know.
well, there's a lot of there, you know, every city, every country, everywhere needs that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember again what they said. I don't make things up and just throw it, you know,
Right.
what they
That's
said,
why you're great.
what
You're
they said,
blessed.
thank you, is when you have to give up some of your rigidness, and
That's
your back will be less rigid as well. And that's very real. So all your stipulations about, well, I need to have this and I need to have that, you really don't know what's fully waiting for you. Of course, you can plug into feeding the homeless. I mean, walk out any street,
anywhere. Right.
you know, of course. Who knows? You might even have your own homeless shelter.
Right.
You don't,
Right.
you, we
Or a
can create.
dog shelter in Mexico because there's so many of them.
So, you know, get up, man. There's a lot of work to do that is not online, that is not relevant on social media, perhaps, or all these other things. But there are, as Spirit says over and over, there are a lot of positions going unfilled because people are not paying attention to their soul guidance, direction, and intent, you know, the intention.
And that's what I feel. I am not listening and I'm not paying attention, although I know and feel like I'm being guided somewhere and
Well,
it's
of
not
course
here.
you are. We all are.
But it's just not here.
So go visit.
Yeah. My son is in the same position I am with,
Well,
I mean, even stronger with his job. I'm done. I'm sick of doing this work. I don't want to sit in front of a computer. Even his marriage. And I'm like, and I'm telling him, go do it.
well,
Go.
you know, seems like he's old enough, you know, he's on his own path, and you should just keep telling him, like, you know, you let your soul guide you. But, you know, why is he going to go do it if mom won't do it?
Exactly. And I've always done it. I've never, I mean, I'm up for adventure. I've moved to Big Bear by myself. I moved to the desert. I moved here. I'm like, let's have an adventure. But
Yeah.
now I feel like my body, which is rigid, and I know exactly what you're saying. I can totally relate to that.
Well, take
I'm
a
just
chance.
worried about that, and I have to get that, like, oh my God, am I going to fall apart and I'm going to be miserable?
That sounds like a bunch of rigid poo-poo
Bullshit.
bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like, we can go create, you know, especially if you just start asking, okay, soul, guide me to the thing. I will have enough courage in my humanity to follow your lead. But if, you know, you if you start putting your communication, you don't have to hear messages from your soul, but if you just, as everyone, I tell everyone, I do the same thing. Intend every day you wake up asking, again, it's easy. What did I come here to do? What did I come here to heal? Guide me to that. Because it's literally that cut and dry, and then follow the guidance. Or don't ask.
Mhm.
Don't ask so you can sit still. It's not time to sit still.
I can't sit still anymore.
Well, then
And it's,
you're the only, you can keep bringing in all the reasons and things, but it's just, we're,
well, now that I've lost my sweet Piper dog, is all of a sudden it's even on speed dial. I have to get out of here now.
well, but that dog's with you, right? Because there's still two there.
I know.
Yeah.
She's
So it's
always
still
here.
there. So,
She is a dog of a lifetime, that girl.
okay. Well, hopefully that was
Oh,
helpful.
it was so helpful, and
And,
I'm so glad I finally got to talk to you. You're a sweet angel, too.
oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy you came on, and thank you for being,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now I have to figure out how to get
Let
off.